Hi, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World, and I wanted to talk for a second about Don Lemon. In case you're wondering, I'm on the road. That's why I don't have my actual camera, but sometimes the cell phone is just as easy, especially if you have something to say that's pretty quick. I wanted to say that I saw this thing where Don Lemon was on the air, and he was holding up these signs. This sign that had the word nigger on it, another sign that had the Confederate flag on it, was asking, does this offend you? And I found that to be really interesting because it's not exactly what you expect to see from a so-called respected journalistic anchor. It's not what you would normally see, say, on NBC or some other respected news channel. CNN is usually above those kinds of antics. That's the kind of thing you might see on Fox News, maybe, or something. Maybe MSNBC. I'm not sure. I don't know if they'd go in that direction. But it looks like the people on Twitter aren't happy with what Don did. At least the celebrities that I saw that they were quoting in the articles that I've read. But just because a few people don't like it doesn't mean it's necessarily wrong. But I want to give my theory very quickly on Don. Here's what I think about Don Lemon. I've been on the air with Don a few times, and I don't like him that much. I don't. And when he invites me on the air, I usually think it's kind of a setup. Like the last time he had me on to talk about the show Empire, I felt like he was actually trying to do a favor for his friend Lee Daniels by saying, "I'm going to stack the panel against this guy and roast him and make him look like the nerdy kid at the cool party or whatever." And so it didn't give an opportunity for really serious, thoughtful analysis, which it is what it is. I don't care. I mean, it's his show. He can do what he wants. So my feeling about Don is that I don't understand why CNN has him in the role that they have him in. I don't think that Don is the best person that can fulfill that responsibility. Don, to some extent, undermines his opportunity to be a true and relevant journalist because he works so hard to make himself into a spectacle. He works so hard to make the story about himself as opposed to about the issue that is supposed to be addressed. But another theory I have on Don is this, and maybe Don is kind of like maybe I'm an idiotic genius, if you will. The theory is that I believe that Don is trying to become kind of like a black Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly, he's more conservative than liberal, but you can't really put him in a box. He's certainly not likable. Bill O'Reilly gets more. There are more people that dislike O'Reilly than actually like him. But the interesting thing is that O'Reilly blows away the competition in terms of ratings, and that's why Bill O'Reilly makes so much money. All of his books are bestsellers. He has that radio show that does really well. He does really well for Fox. He's a cash cow for Fox News. Now, personally, I don't appear on O'Reilly's show. Every time Fox calls me for an interview, I always tell them no. I haven't done an interview on Fox News since maybe '08. I used to do a lot back in '07, after I fell out with O'Reilly, I just decided I don't have time for that nonsense because I don't think that Fox is good for society. But if you want to look at a business model that works in terms of a host that's able to, get the attention of his audience and for whatever reason and make money from that, O'Reilly kind of has it figured out. In fact, I think the other networks are jealous of Fox News because O'Reilly is so successful. And I think Don Lemon is trying to be the black Bill O'Reilly. He's trying to be a guy who's kind of likable, but not really, who gets high ratings because he does things that are so ridiculous, and ultimately becomes the guy everyone loves to hate. And so people sometimes tune in because they don't like you and they want to hear what ignorant thing you say, so they'll have something to complain about it. Because I think at the end of the day, it's hard to argue that a lot of the things Don does that are over the top are really productive. It seems that he kind of itches for attention, and I don't know if that's a good thing for an anchor, because an anchor's job is kind of to deliver the story. But then again, news and media have changed. I mean, people in media now, maybe they're thinking about things other than what they were thinking about a generation ago. So it is what it is. But anyway, I want to give you a quick analysis on Don Lemon and what he did with holding up this N-word and the Confederate flag. Do I think it was necessarily productive or helpful? I can't really see that. How do I feel about Don? I could do without him. If they fired him, I wouldn't complain. But am I walking around mad at him? It is what it is. I don't care. So anyway, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World, and don't forget, pretty soon I'm going to start my Black Wealth Boot Camp in early June. We're going to talk about the basics of building black wealth and how we can all get off the corporate plantation and build our own things. Because in our community, part of the reason we get discriminated against is because we don't build our own institutions. So I don't care what white man gave you a big, powerful job. I'm going going to be judging and evaluating my people based on what we build for ourselves and what we do for ourselves. Because that, as Malcolm X always taught us, that is the only way to achieve equality. Is you go in there and you take it, and you have to start by taking your economic power. And I believe that we can really do that, and that's what I'm going to be teaching. That's all I want to say. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.